Well, hello and welcome to Core Club. I am so excited that you're here. My name is Cassandra Junifont, and I will be your guide over the next 11 weeks. I am so excited about this. I was going to be doing core anyways, and so I'm just glad I now have friends to do it with. But before we get started into the physical aspect of things, I just wanted to briefly touch on how this is all going to work over the next 11 weeks, okay? So, Core Club is a seasonal winter practice because, in case you haven't heard yet, winter is the season of self care. So, the energy for these next 3 months really is about turning inward and focusing on self and quietly building strength from the inside out. Now, I know the entire world is saying, go hard, be strong, do more, but nothing in nature is saying the same. So, you don't need to look at this as being like a challenge or something you need to win or prove anything to anybody. That is not the vibe. The vibe is about getting into alignment, literally, physically, and in energetically, getting into alignment. And we are thinking about and putting our focus on building strength and supporting ourselves from the inside, from our center, so that by the time spring rolls around, when the spring equinox comes on March 20th, we feel confident and we feel steady and we feel comfortable in our bodies, and we are so ready to be outside come spring. Now let me explain how this is going to work. Now, your daily commitment for the next 11 weeks is just 4 minutes a day. That's it, just 4 minutes a day. Now, you make that work how you need to make it work, right? So that could be 2 minutes in the morning, 2 minutes in the evening. It can be all 4 minutes at once. You know your schedule better than anybody else. So you do what your schedule allows. This is easily done at the gym, at home, or even at work. It's only 4 minutes. If your lunch break is the only free time you have all day, you can get 4 minutes in then, right? And no one's going to be the wiser. Now, the exercises will be shared every Sunday. Okay. You'll get 4 exercises to do that week. Now, those 4 exercises are kind of up to you to decide how to do as well. You will be given instruction on how to perform the exercises, but what exercises you do, up to you. So you can do all 4 exercises for 1 minute each, and that's your 4 minutes. You can pick 1 or 2 exercises to do for 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, totally up to you. The point I had in mind was to give you options so that it stays fresh and engaging all week long. Now, our practice is going to go from Sunday to Thursday. Friday is a rest day, and Saturday is your optional plank song day where you can tap in and see how far you've come. You're going like, what the heck is that? I'll explain. Okay, the plank song. So, one of the anchors of our 11 weeks is what I call a plank song. And it's something that I do in my personal practice every time I do core work. So, I want you to find a song that you can totally vibe to, one that takes you someplace else, a song that you absolutely love and could listen to on repeat forever. Find that song. Hopefully, it's between 3 to 4 minutes, not too much longer, not too much less, but find a song you love, and that's going to be your anchor song for the next 11 weeks. Now, before we get started, I want you to get into a plank position and play that song, and note how long you're able to hold that plank, your plank, during the song. And understand that's not like a test or anything like that. This is you gathering data, right? Like this is your starting point. And as we practice these core exercises over the next 11 weeks, once a week on Saturday, you can tap back in, play the song, do your plank, and see how much longer you can hold your plank every week until we get to that 11th week. And I wouldn't be surprised if some of you can get up to that 3 to 4 minutes. That is the entire song. That's not the goal necessarily, but it's not bad just to have in the back of your mind as being possible. Okay, so another important point about the next 11 weeks is that your breath is core work. What that means is I need you breathing, okay? Do not hold your breath. I need you to be taking breaths. So breathe in through the nose, let your lungs expand, let your belly expand. And then when you exhale, You'll feel your belly gently going back inward into place, okay? Your breath is so, so important. If at any time your breath feels strained or shallow or you're holding your breath, that is your invitation to come into awareness and start intentionally breathing. Our breath is a mechanism, a tool that we use for support and endurance. But when we're holding our breath or have short, shallow breaths, our body thinks it's in, like fight or flight mode, or it's, slightly being traumatized, thinking it's about to be, bracing for impact, as dramatic as that sounds. Another thing that will be helpful to you over the next 11 weeks is visualization. I do a lot of visualization. So, for example, our body is made to get into alignment. It's made to be aligned. So, I like to visualize what that looks like. I like to imagine my bones and my joints and my muscles doing these little micro actions to kind of get into that perfect alignment so that I can hold the posture or do the movement more fluidly. Does that make sense? Like you're literally imagining your body as a diagram and you're lining things up to have these perfect little, 90-degree angles. I don't know why. I love it. Another helpful visualization, especially for this work, is visualizing our core. Like, let's create that mind muscle connection and imagine our core working. So our core is front, back, and sides. Imagine those front, back, and sides muscles coming together like this girdle around your waist. And with every breath that we're taking, it's almost like a string is being pulled and tightening this girdle of muscles around our waist, making it stronger and tighter with every single breath. So it ends up like this. Okay. And by the way, this work, core work, is the only way to get your stomach flatter and smaller. Doing abs does not do that. Doing crunches puts abdominal muscles on top. It's literally adding depth, or it's adding dimension. It's adding layers to your waistline. It's not getting it any smaller. But anyways, and then the last visualization technique that you can use is imagining watching your breath come in and out of your body. So with every inhale, follow the path of your breath in your mind of it, going in through the nose and, down and through the lungs and into the diaphragm and, retracing that path right back out again. These visualization techniques are a way to help you stay present in your body, but at the same time, kind of zone out from like the stress that's going on, and allow you to stay in it longer. Like, it's a really helpful tool that I have found, not just for core work, but for all of my workouts. So this practice really is about building strength from the inside out and getting into alignment. However, there will be aesthetic changes. And if you're interested in tracking those aesthetic changes, I invite you to take measurements of your waistline. And you're going to want to do that at the smallest part of your waistline in a couple of, well, I'll show you. So you're going to want to do it at the smallest part of your waistline, which is right where this band hits. For me, it's about right there, and then a couple of inches lower. So I would measure here and then about right here, okay? And if you decide to do that, only do that twice. Do it at the beginning and do it at the end. This is definitely not a weekly practice. You'll drive yourself insane. And again, this is optional, not required. So that's it. I am so excited that we're going to be hanging out together for the next 11 weeks. And collectively, we are going to be that girl walking into spring, not just with a tighter waistline, but feeling strong and confident and steady and supported, and just, really, really proud of ourselves for having made this investment, the perfect winter investment, by the way. But for having made this investment over ourselves, it's going to be so incredibly worth it. And I can't wait to see your results. So I'll see you soon. How I deleted the video clip of me saying that I'm going to go ahead and throw in the Body Ministries The Feminine Fast. So this is a set of tips, guidelines, structure that you can use for digestion, nourishment, and just timing in general. And it really will help you feel lighter and stronger and just more supported in your body in general. And if you do have an aesthetic goal, this is literally going to be like the 10x to those goals. This is the secret sauce that gets your tummy like on flat. So enjoy.